Hey guys, let's talk Married at First Sight for season 20, episode 11. So, um, we pick up this episode with Sean and Nikki having their conversation, and she was telling him how she felt uncomfortable with the question he asked about the mutual masturbation, and he was kind of gaslighting, telling her that he didn't say it was her wifely duty, or that he needed release. That wasn't his words. When his actual words were, he needed a release, and that's a part of showing up as a wife, which is the same as saying it's her wifely duty. And so I don't like Sean because he says these things and he does these things, and then acts like she's the crazy one. I think he even called her crazy. And Nikki wasn't crazy because she calmly expressed how it made her feel, but he turned it into more than it had to be, especially in his confessional. Talking about some girl, ain't nobody sweating you. You are. You literally are. Stop. You stop. Nikki was trying to ask clear questions as to what he expected for their relationship before the experiment ended in order to move, make his decision for decision day. But Sean wasn't giving clear answers. He says she was talking about, his velocity is a little bit faster than what she needs. And then he starts saying, I don't even know what velocity means. Sir, stop playing. And then Nikki says that, even though they are having tough conversations, they're doing the work. And she says that their connection is deepening. And then I said in my notes that I hate Sean. Then we have Belgely and Mecca. He made a comment about his hoochie daddy shorts because Belle said that she was going to have her legs out for the couples dinner, and then she was like, only one of us needs to have our legs out at a time. They also went to the studio so that they can hear Belle sing, and I just think that I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. As far as that, they had a bit of a disagreement the night before, and Mecca was really internalizing it. And, Belle showed him a lot of compassion. She was like, I don't want you to think you're in trouble or that you are trouble. Um, but, we're going to argue that's normal, but you are not trouble. You're far from it. And, she's just speaking life into her. So she does a great job at that. But I don't know if that will be able to sustain a relationship. Then we have Caitlin and Devin, and he planned a Harry Potter night for her because he wanted to do something to be able to show his love for her because he doesn't often get to show her, and so he thought that he would come to her and show her that he cares for her by doing something that she loves and that she's comfortable with, which was very thoughtful of him. He then says that she's giving him more on camera but not off, and that he feels unwanted. She says that she's never dated a good human before. He commented that she doesn't even laugh at his jokes, and that when they wake up in the morning, that there's sometimes like pillows between them, and his friend said that people have different heavens, and I think that may be the case. I don't know that Devin and Caitlin can be what they need to be to one another. Then we have Felipe and Tori. They went to his place. I liked his apartment. It was so bright. He asked if she wanted to move in right away after the marriage, and I'm like, you're freaking married. Why wouldn't she? And she said that she would. And I just feel like Felipe is full of it. He's not into what this experiment is and what he agreed to do. I don't understand why he came on the show. And Tori said that she feels like she could fall for Felipe. Then we have Michelle and Cam. They went to a therapy session and they stated that the intimacy is going very well. Um, And, you know, Cam mentioned how he is thinking towards the future and how to incorporate Michelle into his dream. Um, she said that she finds that he is emotionally intelligent, and she just spoke all kinds of kind words, which caused him to cry because of how kind she speaks about him. He said he's never told a woman that he loves them before, and she says she feels like he's her person and they're infatuated with one another. But she said something, I think things are going perfect or something. And I was wondering, did she just seal their fate with the kiss of death? And then we have Nick and Courtney. Courtney thinks that lingerie is corny, and the setup that she did for Nick, she thinks it all is corny. She has yeah, I wrote it again. Courtney needs therapy because something is not clicking for her. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing or that I'm bashing her, but she does need help to work through some things because why is she like so adverse to signs of love and everything? There's something there that she needs to work on and dig deeper about. And that's all I mean when I say that she needs therapy, not necessarily that there's anything wrong with her. It's just some things that she needs to work on, and that maybe now is not the time for her to be in a relationship or a marriage. She discussed, being cheated on and how, she kind of let it go and she kind of puts the blame on herself. And I like that Nick tried to say, yeah, it's not your fault. Um, he said he comes from a family that wasn't, that affectionate, and so that's kind of why he craves affection. So it's not so much so that he wants to have sex with her, but he does like physical touch and he wants to have that. And they were talking. They ended up meeting with Adam and Marissa, and they were talking about, post decision day plans, and they were talking about, her moving in with him. And she was like, oh, me moving in? What did you expect, Courtney? But yeah. So then we have Adam and Marissa. She's not feeling the jet skis or the pickleball. She and then he says that he has a pickleball training plan for Marissa. How can you have a training plan for me? Did I say that I wanted pickleball to be my life? Like, he is very overbearing, and I said that in episode 1, and I stand by that even now. Like, it's so weird the way that he is. She isn't good at playing pickleball, and I don't think that she's wanting to, and that's not a bad thing. That's just her prerogative. And they have different ideas of life. Marissa talked about her past relationships and how she was a people pleaser, and she kind of finds herself falling back into that now, and she doesn't want to do that. And I put that Adam is still playing dress up because he was getting dressed for the couple's dinner, and he still dressed as in a costume. And I also put that Adam is a bit controlling because he is. He wants to control everything, and several people at the dinner, they pointed out how they know, what Adam likes and what Adam does, but does he know, anything that Marissa likes or what she wants? And he doesn't, because Adam wants to control the whole situation, and he wants to control the whole situation, and he doesn't really care for input from his partner. That's what I'm getting from this interaction with the two of them. But yeah, that was Married at First Sight, season 20, episode 11. But yeah, I just, yeah, I'm not feeling good about many other couples, maybe one. Let me know what you think in the comments.